The Wagga Walking Loop, Day 2. So yesterday I walked close to 30 kilometers, still out of shape. I've really let my body heal since Iran. I had this nagging hip flexor injury and I've had it really for the last 10 years. So I've really made a point of resting my body since I came back from Iran. And this was the longest walk I have done since Iran. And my God, am I feeling it today. Restarting my walk at Murrumbidgee wetlands, I was happy and somewhat relieved to finally see some representation of the Wiradjuri people on the trail. Wagga Wagga is situated in the heart of southern Wiradjuri country. It's the largest of all nations in New South Wales.
Please turn me till the message plays.
This painting draws on my memories as a child growing up in Tin Town. Tin Town was a camp for Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people at Wiradjuri Reserve, which is only a few hundred metres from the current Murrumbidgee wetland site. At the time, Tin Town was a place that was rarely mentioned in Wagga Wagga. This painting depicts what life was like in the settlement. The different symmetrical shapes are my representation of the shapes and sizes of the huts in Tin Town and their closeness to one another. It could be seen as an aerial view of Tin Town, but this is also up for interpretation. The line rule effect of the shapes was created by using a traditional dot and drag painting style. I choose to use classic black and white colours for most of the painting, whilst the red in the centre of each shape is our Aboriginal connection to the earth.
Transforming Wagga's former rubbish tip and several sewage treatment ponds, Murrumbidgee Reserve now serves as a habitat for birds, water insects, frogs, fish, reptiles and mammals that are found locally in the Riverina area. So I'm just leaving Murrumbidgee wetlands and I'm headed along the river to Wiradjuri Reserve. Then I'm going to head up to Cadell Place, look at some of the murals if possible, if I can find them, and all the way up to the Tourist Information Centre and lunch at the Curious Rabbit. So what's awesome about the Wiradjuri Trail, I'm now like on an elevated footpath behind the back of Cadell Place. And they have these amazing murals that I had read about and really wanted to see, and it's a great viewing point for them. So this is part of Wagga Beach where I used to come and swim as a kid. My other observation from this walk so far, especially in the nature areas and urban areas for that matter, Wagga is actually very clean. I don't see trash on the ground the way that I've experienced in, say, Republic of Georgia, Armenia, and Iran. Trash is a huge problem there, like in many countries, but here, Wagga, almost impeccable. I haven't seen any trash on the ground in any of these nature areas. And considering, you know, the river's been high and there's been flooding, nothing. Good job, Wagga. So I just had an amazing time at the Curious Rabbit, and I was so lucky I had a chance to sit down and meet the owner and talk to her, and we're like birds of the same feather. It was really good to talk to her and sort of get an update on how she sees Wagga. As I've said a few times, these trails did not exist when I was growing up in Wagga. Wagga is actually a very walker, biker friendly city now. So I'm up on Coringal Road and I've just arrived at the old cemetery here in Wagga. For people who know me, usually when I visit a village or a city, I always stop at the old cemeteries or whatever cemetery they have in town, because cemeteries actually give you a lot of information about a town, what the economy was like, what people were dying from, what the jobs were like, how big the families were, how many people served in the military. There's a lot of information in cemeteries, so let's go take a look. Until 1968, the old Wagga Cemetery was maintained and owned by individual churches, hence the segregated grave sites. Wagga Council assumed responsibility for the cemetery in 1968. It remains unclear just how many burials there have been in the old Wagga Cemetery. Churches, funeral directors, and independent grave diggers did not keep records for the first 100 years of the cemetery's existence. Since 1989, a concerted effort has been made to locate lost burial sites, and as of to date, some 9,000 new entries have been added to the Wagga Council's records. I just saw a rabbit scurrying away. They're eating the flowers off the gravestones. It's 7:45 at night. I'm just leaving Monica's. She was home. Had a wonderful visit with her. And if I keep up this pace, I should be at home in an hour and a half. And then tomorrow I'll do my final walk circumnavigating Lake Albert and coming down the Radjuri Trail from my mom's house.